Hi, I'm Pat Curtin, and I want to tell you what's going on in the United States Senate right now. We're in big, big trouble here. The Democrats are trying to threaten a couple things. Number one, they're trying to threaten the fact that they're saying, hey, if we don't get our way, we're going to pack the Supreme Court. Meaning they're going to add numbers to it to make it advantageous for them. And that's really ridiculous. But that nonetheless, that's what Chuck Schumer is trying to do on his agenda. And frankly, this is all about getting their radical leftist socialist agenda passed. They want to dramatically transform the country that I love and you love into a socialist state. And if you think it's going to get better, think about what's going on right now in the country and multiply that times 100, because that's what it'll be like. Now, one of the things that Chuck Schumer and their team are trying to do is they're trying to right now do away with the filibuster. Well, what's a filibuster and why does it matter, right? So the filibuster is a safety net for the minority. And isn't it funny that they want to do it when they're in the majority, and they're not even really in the majority. It's a 50-50 tie with Vice President Kamala Harris, the tiebreaker. But what they want to do is eliminate the filibuster. So currently the way the filibuster works is you can say, hey, wait a second, time out. I don't feel comfortable with this legislation, and I want to show you why I don't feel comfortable with this legislation. So they don't do everything at a lightning pace, right? To dramatically transform our society. And the way they do it right now is currently it has to have a 60 vote threshold. And those 60 votes, they have to bring people from the other side of the aisle, some of the minority. They have to bring them over to get the 60 votes. Or if they have a 60 vote majority, then it'll pass at 60 votes. Well, right now it's 50-50. What Chuck Schumer is trying to do is he's trying to bring that from 60 votes down to 50 votes only. So guess what? He's trying to manipulate and change the rules to have his radical agenda totally accepted. And I don't want the country transformed into their failed. I mean, every time they've tried socialism, it has failed every single solitary time. So I'm going to try to make it easy for anyone that's watching this. Currently, everyone says you got to call. And why call, right? Well, the reason why it's important to call is, number one phone call is measured at 1,500 people that care about it, right? So if you call one time, it's as though 1,500 people are concerned about the very same thing, right? So here's what I'd like for us to do. And I'm going to give you guys a chance in just a second to take a look at this. I would like us to flood two people. Flood them with phone calls. Light up their switchboards. Leave messages. And the messages are very simple, right? And I'll tell you about that in just a second. So what I want you to do is get your phone out. If you have an iPhone or any type of a smartphone, go to your photos, and I'm going to put a couple QR codes up on the screen. First QR code is going to be for Senator Chuck Schumer, right? So we're going to go ahead and put that up here right now. What is going on is, so you can go ahead and if you scan over the phone, you're going to get his phone number, and then you just push the button and call. Here's what you say. It's super simple. You say, Senator Schumer, the residents of the state of New York do not want you to do away with the filibuster. It is important for us that you stop this immediately. So then what you can do is then you leave a message, or they're gonna talk to you and say they're gonna want your name. So it'll be like, "Hi, this is Pat Curtin. This is the residents of the state of New York do not want this. They do not want this. This is about power, and this is about transforming our country into something that we don't want. Look at California. Look what's going on there. Look at the homelessness. Look at all the issues that they're having. They want California across the whole U.S. Okay, so the other one. So you have also the opportunity to. It's right here. So you have the opportunity to. You can write him as well. So you can click on the other one and do an email type of thing. You fill out a form. Now, I would highly suggest you call, because if they pay more attention to a phone call every single day, because you could be in a form that gets lost in the shuffle. A phone call is the thing. The second person I would like you to reach out to, and he's actually been quite the hero, is Senator Joe Manchin. Now, Joe Manchin, he has voted against their agenda. I really applaud his tenacity and just him sticking to his guns, because he's listening to his people in the state of West Virginia. So the same thing applies. Go ahead and look at the QR code for him. Call his office. Again, call or write, but calling is much more effective. Again, it's equal to 1,500 constituents every phone call. So guess what? If you light up his switchboard with a couple thousand calls, that's a couple thousand times 1,500. Suddenly he's very aware and concerned. What does a politician want? What does every politician want for the most part? They want a second, third, fourth, fifth term. They want to be elected next. And if they don't listen to the people, they're not going to be there. So what I would like to just highly, first of all, thank you so much for listening to me for this rant for a few minutes. But what I would like you to do is, now is the time to take our government back. They forget that they work for us, not the other way around. And we are a representative government, and they need to start teaching that stuff back in school again, because we are a republic, not a democracy. Democracy is mob rule. Republic is we have a government where we have representatives go on our behalf, and each of those representatives, they work for us, we the people. Until next time, thanks so much for listening, and make your calls. Thanks.